Hi, my name is Emily, and I'm going to be talking about one of the major issues in New York City and a new face that is hopefully going to help us with the situation. I'm a full-blown New Yorker that loves all the diversity that it has to offer, but I am an ostrich with my head in the sand when it comes to politics. But I do know and personally see one of the really big problems in this beautiful city. That is the extreme high cost of living and the homeless population in this city. Unfortunately, when it comes to politics, I usually see an older white Caucasian man that's usually a little bit more privileged than most talk about these issues and trying to empathize and fix the problems that we have. Until I heard of AOC, which is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, when I did see these older gentlemen speak in front of people, I would either lose interest or keep scrolling through Facebook. AOC, which is short for Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, which I'll be using throughout, is a young Latina born and raised in the Bronx and was elected for the House of Reps for New York District 14. She actually beat out a rep that was in that position for a long time named Joe Crowley. AOC knows and understands the population in that area because she grew up there. New York City is known as a city that never sleeps. I always wondered why that was, but now that I'm older, I really understand why it is the city that never sleeps. The cost of living is so high that unfortunately we all have to keep working as much as we can to make ends meet, and we have to be a little bit more sleep deprived. According to Investopedia, the cost of living in Manhattan is 140% higher than the average cost for major U.S. cities in 2019. Another option besides Manhattan is to live in one of the other boroughs, and people think that it's much more affordable and that you'll get the best bang for your buck. Unfortunately, that is not the case. I was recently going over apartments and looking at how much they are because I wanted to move in by myself. For a decent studio apartment that is on the newer side, it averages about $2,100, and that may or may not include utilities, and also it may not include parking if you have a car. The prices continually increase with minimal wage increase. According to Bowery.org, 60% of New Yorkers don't have enough emergency savings to cover at least 3 months' worth of expenses like food and rent, and nearly 20% of New York City residents live below the poverty line. So if you live in New York and the minimum wage has increased, so everything should be okay. Fortunately, that's not the case. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the median U.S. earn $46,696 annually. But to live comfortably in New York City, we need to earn at least $128,552 a year, according to Business Insider. A lot of the homeless shelters have families that stay with them because they weren't able to keep up with rent, which causes a lot of eviction. We see a lot of families and children in these homes and these shelters, and more likely than not, there is a family of 4 usually that I know of that lives in a 1-bedroom apartment with mom, dad, and 2 kids. So it is very cramped in these apartments and very expensive at the same time. AOC is a young Latina from the Bronx, and there's some similarities between us. She was born in a working class family and has lived paycheck to paycheck before. She caught my attention, and it was a breath of fresh air in the House of Representatives with much older politicians. She brings attention to all of these issues that we have: high cost of living, low minimum wage, high taxes, funds that are cut that make it very hard to live in this state. During her campaign, she was very close with her community, which really helped her win her campaign. And it was a surprise, and she's been one of the youngest, which she was 29 when she was elected to be part of Congress. She relates to a lot of the people with low socioeconomic status, which makes her a very great representative. AOC has been able to make it as Congresswoman because she put so much into her community. She's relatable in the boroughs and knows what it is firsthand to struggle compared to other people. This new platform is really great for her because she will be able to introduce bills and resolutions, offer amendments, and serve on committees. This position with the opportunity will change or at least get the ball rolling for a lot of the issues that need to be fixed with the cost of living in New York City. Fortunately for us, she didn't waste that much time because she maintained her morals and she speaks up for what is right. She actually came up with a new bill that is called A Place to Prosper Act, which aims to keep tenants in place by establishing a national cap on annual rent increase, restricting evictions without just cause, and guaranteeing a right to counsel for tenants facing eviction. This is a really big deal because usually landlords have all of the protection and the tenants do not. All in all, I believe AOC will continue to strive for the people. She knows what the people need and how to get there. Her platform will give people a voice and know which things need to be prioritized. She's a new face and a relatable into this government that we have. Thank you.